Okay, so you guys weren't the biggest fans of the yellow and blue Travises that dropped earlier, and maybe the Jumpman Jacks didn't really do it for you either. Well, how about these? We have the box looking exactly the same as all of the rest of them. So we got the Sail and Mocha box. It's interesting how they're doing this because now it seems like the ones where they change the box a little bit seem a bit more special. Like this used to be the reverse Mocha box and it kind of fit in with that. Then we had like the olives, they swapped the colors. The Black Phantoms are a little bit underrated for how good the packaging was on those. And then they just kind of were like, oh, let's stick with this box. So yeah, glossy Sail, matted out Mocha for the Nike branding. Let's pop in the lid. Of course, you've got that pink Travis Scott paper where you've got all of the different brandings on there. You do get 2 extra pairs of laces, pink, which I think might be an underrated combo with this colorway. And then you've got black. So pretty simple, just 2 extra pairs. They're both the waxy style, so love it or hate it, that's all you get. But the sneakers themselves. Here we have the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Medium Olive. We have them, guys, looking very familiar. You know, 2024 was supposed to be an insane year for like Travis Scott sneakers. Not only did we have the 2 new signature models with the Jumpman Jacks with Jordan Brand and then the Travis Scott Nike Spiridon model, but there was also a massive surge in a ton of new colorways rumored on the Jordan 1 Low. We started off the year with a pretty insane lineup. However, today we know that quite a lot of those Jordan 1 Low colorways have now been cancelled. So if you maybe thought, oh shit, they are absolutely going crazy with the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low, I'm sure I'll be able to pick up one of them. Well, now you don't really have that many options. So there's currently 2 different colorways left to drop this year, the medium olives, and then further into December we're getting the velvet browns or the monochromatic browns. They are literally just brown on top of brown on top of brown and would not be my first choice in all honesty. But hey, if you're after a pair of these, let's go through everything you need to know. So this pair, the medium olives, they're going to be dropping September the 28th for $150 retail. They're going to be releasing through the Nike Sneakers app, through Travis Scott's website, and a bunch of more high-end retailers. Should probably also mention that the Travis Scott website release usually happens a couple days before the Nike Sneakers release, so just keep an eye out for that. They never confirm an actual date or anything, it just pops up and they drop it. So how hard are these going to be to actually get? Well, I mean, it's kind of a bit of a stupid question. Why did you ask me that question? Actually, why? Of course they're going to be hard to get. It's a Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low. There is a rumored stock number to be 150,000 pairs for these things, which kind of falls in line with a lot of the more recent Travis Scott Jordan 1s that we've seen. I think the Elkins had a very similar stock number, so did the olives. What do we call those now? The dark olives? So yeah, that is like the global stock number, the total amount of pairs that have been made of this pair of shoes. So yeah, they're going to be tough. And it's also worth considering that the lineup for 2024 Jordan 1 Travis Scott releases has been the Elkins colorway, these things, and then the browns. And which one do you think that most people are going to want to try and get their hands on? Yeah, probably these. So if you're dead set on grabbing them, let's run through sizing. Why not? So this might come as a bit of a shocker to you, but these fit exactly the same as any other Jordan 1 Low. Now for me personally, that is true to size, so that is what I got with this pair, and they fit perfectly. So that's what I'm recommending. Stay true to size with this pair. Now when I said that this sneaker looks familiar, I meant damn near identical. They are very, very similar to not only this, the Jordan 1 Travis Scott neutral olives, but there's also the other olive colorway that they also look similar to. The neutral olive, the golf version, dropped late last year, and as you can see, there's a ton in common. It's almost like they just, you know, they turned up the saturation a little bit. So there's just a little bit more in the olive variety. Now, there's also a decent amount more of that sail action going on, so you have a sailed out midsole on the medium olives as compared to the golf version. That's just solid white in terms of the midsole. And I will also pull out found these, which also share a lot of DNA with this pair of shoes because it's kind of like the reverse version of these, or these are the reverse version of these. So with the regular olives, this one right over here, we're gonna go regular olives, medium olives, let's stick with that. You're basically getting the olive base color, whereas this one has the black, and then they just swap out, you know, they just reversed it, essentially. That's all they did. It's got the same kind of sailed out midsole, although I will say there's a little bit more sail action on the new medium olives. They look a little bit darker, but again, just a fraction. But if you switch them over to the outsole, you can pretty much not even tell which one is which. Like, can you tell which one is which? Can you guess? 3, 2, 1, yeah. Did you guess that? Now, while we are on the topic of, you know, directly comparing them, there are 2 changes or potentially upgrades, depending on how you look at it. First one would be the Nike swoosh. It's now coming in tumbled leather as opposed to the nubuck that they placed on the regular olives. So that's actually quite nice because it makes it just stand out a little bit more. And then this sock liner is actually a little bit more premium. They've just added this softer material, which feels nice, as opposed to the regular mesh, which they put on the regular olives, which feels just a little bit rougher. So I assume these are going to be nicer to slip on. Overall, the material package that you're getting with these medium olives is very nice, but that is kind of to be expected with Travis Scott Jordan 1s. They always upgrade the leather, make this nubuck feel really nice, which it does. It feels nice and soft. You get that in this darker olive green on the toe box, the medial, lateral, and the color kind of just blends into the tongue and the insole. The Nike swoosh does feel nice. Like I said, it does feel like a little bit of an upgrade. The tumbled leather on both sides now feels and looks great. And then the white leather feels great as well. It's a decent upgrade from a standard Jordan 1. So that's always something that I do like about the Travis Scott collaborations. They don't just slap the reverse swoosh on a regular Jordan 1. They do upgrade the material slightly. But yeah, it is literally nothing we haven't seen before. You know, these things do fit very, very well into the Travis Scott Jordan 1 low lineup with all of the neutral tones. It just seems like a sneaker that, like, looking at it feels like it's already released, like it's something that's already part of the Travis Scott sphere. These neutral tones are going to be an absolute breeze to style with. You've got black, white, and olive, and then the sail. I think with any full outfit, these things are going to go very well. And you know, with the amount of Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows that we have now, I have heard a lot of people saying that, you know, they're played out. They should not be dropping this many colorways. They want Travis Scott to do something different. Well, this year we did get some different. We got the Jumpman Jacks and the Travis Scott Spiridon model, which both of those people seem to have very mixed opinions on anyway. And you know, considering that these things are always so incredibly hard to get, it's like the one sneaker that seems to withstand whatever the sneaker game is going through, whether we are at a crash and all of the sneakers are no longer reselling. It seems like the Travis Scotts are the one shoe that could just shake all of that and still end up being an absolute chaos to try and get your hands on and still end up reselling for a ridiculous amount. And considering there's so many of us that have never been able to get any Travis Scott sneaker for retail, I mean, put your hands up for that. I could definitely do that. I think the more colorways, the better at this point. I mean, these logically are going to be the best Travis Scotts to pick up. It's a super clean colorway that now, thanks to the sneaker resale market being down and the general interest in Jordan 1s overall, will most likely be a lot more attainable than what it was like a couple years ago, like with the reverse Mochas and the black Phantoms and the olives. I mean, back then you pretty much knew that if they're dropping a Travis Scott Jordan 1, it was going to resell for like over $1,000, full stop. I don't think that happens nowadays. Very, very rarely does a pair of shoes resell for thousands after the release. And I don't think that's going to happen with these. Now, obviously, they're still going to be very hard to get your hands on, but I do think you have better chances now than you did a few years ago. Overall, I'm a big fan of these things. I think that Jordan Brand and Travis Scott know exactly what they're doing. They know that they've made all of the previous ones so hard to get that if they do a slight little, you know, color tweak on them, people are still going to eat them up because that's really what it seems like people want. They want the Travis Scott Jordan 1 low, but they don't want anything crazy different like we saw with the Elkins colorway. They want these things that are the neutral tones, very easy to put your feet in them, and just scream Travis Scott. At the same time, I am glad that they are leaning into the new signature sneaker models from Travis Scott. It's nice to see him do something new and try something different, because I know that, you know, the Jordan 1s have definitely been the most popular thing, so it's kind of cool that, you know, hopefully they retire this at some point and he just exclusively does new stuff, which I would love to check out. But this is not going to be the last, even though I think it might be one of the best ones that we've seen leaked and rumored. Maybe the Travis Scott fragments might have a little bit of competition, but I think as far as like a Travis Scott Jordan 1 low, this is the best one I've seen leaked in rumors. So how about this? Let's have a little bit of fun. Here's my rankings for all of the Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows ever released so far. These take the third spot. At least for me personally, I think these things are up there. It's just as much of a Travis Scott Jordan 1 low as you could possibly imagine. But let me know down in the comment section what number these would take on your list and what is your top 3. Let me know what you think of these down in the comment section, and if you want to catch another video, all you gotta do is click that one right over there.